I wanted to show you a few of my favorite snacks. I was hoping to do this video kind of after I went grocery shopping, but it's been a few days and I was really busy, so they've already been opened, but that's okay. So one of my favorite savory snacks that I always eat like before dinner because when I'm hungry or when I start eating them, I usually can't stop. And it's these. I'm just going to take off the clip. It's crispy minis, crunchy dill. Oh, I can smell it already and it's not even open all the way. There are lots of other flavors that they're good too, but really this is the one for me. I already had dinner and everything, so I'm usually not in the mood for savory things, but I think I'm going to eat one because it smells so good. Oh, well, this is half of one now. They're just little circles, in case you've never had them. Or rice, pop rice. Whole grain. Rice chips. Natural flavor. Have any of you ever bought a bag of like Doritos or I don't know, Lay's chips and just eaten the whole thing before? I have done that before, but not in a really long time because it always makes me feel so sick. These I think I have eaten them all but once before, which is bad because I still don't feel so great afterwards, which is not healthy at all, and I'm generally a healthy person. Oh, disclaimer, my snacks I'm going to show you are not necessarily healthy, they're just my favorite ones. I usually portion, I'll just like pull out a handful of these and put them on a plate, and that's how much I'll eat, because it's really hard to stop eating snacky things like this. If you're just like pulling it from the bag, before you know it, it's going to be empty. So, that's just a little tip. That's what I usually do. These are healthier than chips, though. Well, it depends. It's not potato, and every once in a while you need to switch it out between your starches. Not that this is like a starch you'd eat with dinner, but you know what I mean. Rice, potatoes. If you're a chip lover, you should try something new. That was really yummy. It's not the healthiest thing in the world, but it's definitely not the worst. Something I usually bring with me if I have a long day. I bring a lot of snacks, and I usually snack a lot, and have like one big meal a day, and the rest of them will be small and a lot of snacks. But I really love bringing a little cheese with me, and this is a Baby Bell cheese. Mini Baby Bell. Now, this one looks different than what you might be used to because it's yellow. And it's yellow because it is Swiss cheese. This is Swiss cheese. The red ones that are the most common, they are Gouda cheese, which I like the most. I bought the Swiss cheese ones this week because they were the only ones at the grocery store, and I really wanted some little bits of cheese to bring with me. I have before, like I always have a big brick of cheddar cheese, because I love cheese. Sometimes, well, I used to like cut off a piece and wrap it up in saran wrap and bring it with me, but this is easier, and I really like Gouda cheese. I like lots of different kinds of cheese. I do like Swiss cheese, but like cheese from Switzerland, like Gruyere and raclette and the stronger cheeses like that. Emmental. I think this might be, I don't even know, it just says Swiss cheese. I don't know what they're referring to. It doesn't have holes in it or anything like Emmental, but maybe that's what it is. So I'm not going to open this because I already ate one today and one's enough for now. The next thing is not a snack, but my favorite dessert that I kind of eat after every dinner. And it was, I wanted to show you new, but I ate some today already. And that is chocolate. And not just chocolate bars or, I don't know, the cheap stuff. Well, this is the cheap stuff, but it's really good. This is sort of like an imitation Lindor chocolate. And I have bought the huge, this is 300 grams of chocolate. You may have seen these, like Lindor makes them, and it's delicious. They have it in dark or milk. I actually have some Lindor dark chocolate too. I'll go get that in a little bit. But this one, I really like milk chocolate. And this is milk chocolate with hazelnuts. And this is the President's Choice. It's a grocery store brand. It's much cheaper. Ooh, it's really shiny. It's cheap, and I can portion it better. I always, it's kind of serrated, or it's like most chocolate, it's broken up into little bits so you can crack a piece off. And I'll eat one row, or sometimes half or something, depending on how much I want of it. And in one row, I was trying to look up some information, and this is like, it says on the back for 1/8 of a bar. At the top here, for 1/8 of a bar. This is all the information about it, if you were wondering if you were carb counting. Or, oh look, there's some fiber. But it's mostly all carbs and fat. That's chocolate, that's why it's so yummy. And I need it, so that's why I eat it. This is a little confusing. You always have to watch labels. Because this chocolate bar doesn't divide into 8, it divides into 10. I counted it today. I just felt like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus the one I ate. There's 10 rows of it. So 1/8 of the chocolate bar would be like a row and maybe a square. Because it doesn't even divide properly this way. There's only 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is just a little silly thing. Maybe I should write to PC and tell them that this is really confusing. But if you have a little kitchen scale and you're like really picky about this, then I guess you could weigh it. I don't. I just eat a line. Or 2. So this is exquisitely rich tasting imported pure milk chocolate with crunchy pieces of roasted hazelnuts. And it is a product of France. The ingredients are sugar, milk powder, hazelnuts, cocoa butter, unsweetened chocolate, canola, lecithin, natural vanilla flavor. May contain traces of other stuff. This is from Montreal, Toronto, Calgary. Oh, those are just the Loblaws where I got it from. I'll show you the other one that I have too that's a little bit, is healthier than this one. This one is unopened, but it is the Lindt Excellence chocolate, and it is 85% cocoa. Intense dark. This one, oh excuse me, I'm very tired. This is a very dark chocolate, and it is kind of an acquired taste if you're not really used to dark chocolate. I really like it. Not as, like, I find with milk chocolate, I'll eat a lot of it. It's just it's just so delicious. The dark chocolate, I really love it, but I will have 2 squares, like one whole line, which is like sort of bigger, but it's really thin. The squares are like that big, and there's 2 at the top of the bar. There's like 1 and 2, and I'll just break off the whole thing. It has much more actual fat when it's a dark chocolate, but really little amounts of sugar. It has a lot of, I think it has, it doesn't have caffeine, but chocolate has an ingredient in it, like cocoa has a chemical, just the way it is made, that acts like caffeine. So it's not actually caffeinated, but it does make you, it has the same effects on you as caffeine. So sometimes I like to have a piece of chocolate to kind of wake myself up after dinner. You know how some people have a little cup of coffee or a caffeinated tea. Well, I don't really drink coffee because the caffeine affects me so much. So I'll have chocolate, and it gives me a little, I don't know, boost. This is almost the same price as this. It looks almost the same size, but this one, the PC is really thick, and then this one is very, very thin. But I think these are always on sale. $2.50, I think. And yeah, I'm going to eat a piece of this chocolate because I have not had one after dinner today. I had one after lunch, which I didn't have one after dinner yet. So this might not be a good representation of the snacks I eat, because I do eat a lot of, oh, this is what it looks like, see? I eat a lot of like carrots and nuts, like almonds and cashews. Now with almost every lunch, I'll have like a big part of a cucumber sliced up. And I eat healthy at my meals, but I'm very active, and sometimes when I'm very stressed, I tend to lose weight, which is, I know, the opposite of a lot of people, but it's not a very healthy thing. So usually because of timing and a lot of running around, like literally, I eat fatty things like nuts and cheese, and rice crackers and chips to sort of sustain myself. It's so good. I don't know, for some people, for a lot of people actually, it's sometimes dangerous to buy such a big chocolate bar because it's hard to stop eating it. You need to have lots of self-control, and that's why I always break off a certain amount that I'll eat, and then after that I will be satisfied. And to put it away when right after I break it off. And to enjoy every moment of it. Over Christmas, I work seasonal at a fancy little chocolate shop that specializes in truffles and bambuken. This is a cake covered in chocolate. And so I'm kind of snobby about chocolate, and I savor every moment of it. But there are so many people, including like my boyfriend, who they'll have a whole chocolate truffle, and instead of enjoying it, they'll just, well, I'm sure they enjoy it just differently from me. They just eat it all at once, pop the whole thing in. And same with like a piece of chocolate, they'll just eat it all at once. And I'm like, oh, why don't you just enjoy it a little tiny bit? I'm sure they do, but all the girls and ladies that work there, all their boyfriends and husbands do the same thing, and we always would complain about it. It's the most fun little seasonal job. I was working at a chocolate shop at Christmas time, because everyone is buying presents for their family and their loved ones, and they're not stressed customers. They're usually really happy to buy chocolate, and who wouldn't be happy? Well, I think I'm gonna have some tea and go to bed now because I'm exhausted. I hope you all had a good weekend and have a good night.